Shalom, Israel. Shalom. It's your brother Malak. Hopefully everyone is doing wonderful today. Family, I saw the video with the quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, Mr. Drew Brees, stated that he would not stand by and let anybody disrespect the flag. You know, and I think either Mr. Brees just don't know the history dealing with people of color that were that joined the military, or he just is willfully ignorant. And I think the thing being is anybody can just Google and research and look at the Harlem Hellfighters, the Tuskegee Airmen, and we can even go further. We can go as far as during the Civil War era with the Buffalo Soldiers. How people of color have fought for years, for centuries, for decades for this country, and was actually told that they were going to get their freedom, and then when they came back, they were either put back in slavery, or when they fought for this country during the what they called the Second World War. When they came back to the country, they were discriminated against. Many were beat up. Again, this is just the history of this country. So you have people of color that fought for this country, lost their life, limb, and again, the people promised them equality and did not give them anything. So you have somebody like Mr. Brees that would question the patriotism of so-called African Americans. Now again, my grandfather fought in World War II. And to listen to what he had to go through when he came back to this country was very painful. They talk about disrespecting the flag. First and foremost, it was never about the flag. But let's deal with that. They say they'll never stand by and let people disrespect the flag, and either, again, through ignorance, or just choose to just, ignore the fact that when we see people riding around with rebel flags or people riding around with swastikas or German flags, and the country fought against these entities, and nobody say nothing about that. White people will purposely ignore that fact. There are codes that were written saying that the flag should not be put on any kind of memorabilia, such as articles of clothing and or napkins or products is like Coke products or Pepsi products or bikinis and so on and so forth. But nobody talks about that because here it is again. 4th of July is around the corner, and I guarantee you're gonna find people out there ignorantly. And it's sad to say, even my people. That just shows you the patriotism that our people have for this country, and it's sad. My allegiance is with Yah, because just like Nebuchadnezzar, in ancient Babylon, when they had the children of Israel in captivity, they wanted the children of Israel to pay homage to their deities or to their gods. To these idol statues, and that what that flag is, an idol. And these people idolize that flag. But again, just like the children of Israel, I'm not going to honor that. I honor Yah. I exalt Yah. But anyway, with that being said, there's many of my people ignorantly going to go out there and they're going to put on articles of clothing, and even the Gentiles, they get out there and they have articles of clothing supporting this Babylonian, this modern Babylonian empire. Not only that, but again, Even when you look at the anthem have rhetoric in there, basically saying that there shall be no refuge for the slave and the hireling. But again, they don't never want to play that third verse. But again, this is what these people will hide or sweep things under the rug when it comes down to the wrongs or the injustices of this country. And they want you to just turn a blind eye. Again, it has never been about the flag. It's never been about the national anthem. But again, let's address those things. And let's see the whole picture, not just little snippets. But again, this is what people like Mr. Brees do. Again, people of color have fought for this country for years, for centuries, for decades, and have never been given the equality that they were promised. Because again, the people that wear these uniforms swore an oath to protect against foreign and domestic terrorism. But let me ask you a question. How many of the domestic terrorists right now are being killed like our people will go over there and fight foreign terrorists? Again, they pick and choose who they call national terrorists. Now, if you go against the policies of this place to show that the policies are unfair, now they'll call you a terrorist. But you can get a so-called black man could get beat down in the street, you know what I'm saying, and not given a chance to have, a jury by trial. Again, the police to get out there and be judge, jury, and executor. That's not their job. But again, the powers that be will make policies that favor the corporate system and not a human life, showing you what your life is valued. Your life is valued nothing to these people. But again, then he offers an apology that you spoke from the heart the first time. Because again, it's just that easy to go do the research and look up, like I said, groups like the Harlem Hellfighters, you know what I'm saying, or the Tuskegee Airmen, the Buffalo Soldiers, and again, many other people that fought for this country and was never given the things that they were promised. But again, family, this is modern Babylon, or spiritual Babylon, if you choose to call it that. But if you look at the way things are being done, it's just like the old Babylonian system, even just like the old Egyptian system. And the children of Israel are in captivity. And you cannot expect your oppressors to give you equality. You get your equality from the Heavenly Father, Yah. So when the judgment comes on this place, I want to see all these people stand in solidarity for that flag. Because again, I stand for Yah. With that being said, as usual, peace, love, shalom.